Hello and welcome to Wild Heart Yoga Holistic Healing for Class 1 of the Athletes Yoga Mental and Physical Recovery Yin Fusion series. Today we are targeting the spine and the chest and shoulders. Let's begin by finding a child's pose at the back of the mat, allowing the glutes to ground to the heels, chest and forehead reaching toward the mat as the fingertips reach forward, stretching through the shoulders. Feeling the gentle stretch through the low back. And as we're here, I'd invite you to go inward to begin to scan through the body, just noticing whatever is present for you today. Taking inventory also of the state of your mind and emotions. Take another inhale. As you exhale, begin to round through each vertebra of the spine, bringing the hips forward, maybe coming all the way down toward upward facing dog. Then with your exhale, lead with the hips as you begin to round back, sinking back towards child's pose. Again, inhale, rounding through the spine, coming as far forward as feels right for you today, not forcing it. And exhaling, rounding back. Just making this feel good for the body. One more time, rounding forward. And exhale, rolling it back. Now on your next inhale, begin to circle the hips toward the left. And bringing your way back into that upward dog again, before sinking it back toward the right and back to child's pose. So we're just making a nice circular motion with the body now. Making the circle as big or as small as feels right for you. Beginning to warm up the spine. Go ahead and reverse the direction now. Noticing if this direction feels any different than the first way did. Bringing that mindful awareness into this practice. Today is all about learning to listen to the body, to honor what it's asking for. Go ahead and settle back into child's pose. Then inhale, taking one more roll of the spine, coming forward and settling down for Cobra pose. So now we're going to place the fingertips at the outer edge of the mat. As you inhale, open the chest. As you exhale, wave it back down, head following last here. Just moving at your own speed again, flowing with the breath. And then when you're ready, go ahead and come down onto the elbows, settling into our Sphinx pose. So our elbows are aligned just beneath the shoulders, palms flat against the mat. As you inhale, open the chest, spine growing tall. And with your exhale, allow the shoulders to fall down and away from the ears. Make sure that the glutes are relaxed, the ankles, the feet, everything that you can relax right now that doesn't need to be tensed up. See if you can allow that tension to melt away. Settling into this stillness. This is our first yin pose of the day, and we're going to be holding it for 3 minutes. In order to release these deepest layers of fascia and connective tissue. Fascia is very slow to release, and therefore this is one of the few ways that we can actually target it. Not only is this great for injury prevention, but also helps to relieve stress, anxiety, and regulate our nervous systems, aiding both our physical and our mental recovery and performance. As athletes, for many of us, it can be difficult to allow ourselves the permission to rest, to maybe skip a workout if we're not feeling great. We may have the habit of rushing back from injuries. But when we do this, we are not serving our sustainable growth, sustainable progress in our training. So through this practice of learning to be still in these yin poses, not only are we getting these great benefits for the body and mind, but we're also learning to honor our body, to listen to that inner wisdom that goes beyond the concerns of the ego. We have about 1 minute left here, so I'm going to leave you in silence now, so you can have some space to go inward, to get out of the mind and into the body. Great job. With your next exhale, slowly allow the chest to melt back down towards the mat. Taking just a few moments here to feel the echo of the pose and allow that fascia to rebound as I show you our next movement. We're going to do a variation of our open wing now. So starting with one arm, cactus at the side of the body. We're going to press up the chest with the left hand, opening to the side, left foot stepping behind the body. So here we're targeting the pec and shoulder, chest area. So you can join me when you're ready. And what we're going to do is inhale as we open the chest. As you exhale, lower the chest and take it to the other side with your next inhale, pressing up, twisting through the body, and switching sides, continuing like this a few times at your own speed. Again, the goal is not speed here, but to move with intention and purpose. So make this feel good for the spine, for the shoulder and chest. Then when you're ready, go ahead and settle back down into the mat. Press yourself up into tabletop. And now we're going to place the back of the right hand behind our back, on our low back. As you inhale, open the chest up toward the side, looking up to the sky. As you exhale, turn back to neutral. Again, inhale, opening to the side, looking with your gaze as well. And exhale, closing. Inhale, opening that chest, twisting from the spine, keeping the hips squared to the front of the mat. And exhale, lowering the chest. Release the right hand, and let's take it to the other side. Left hand coming behind the back now. Inhale as you twist and open to the left, following with your gaze. And exhale, closing the chest back to neutral. Inhale, twisting. And exhale, closing. One more time, inhale, twisting towards the sky. And exhale slowly, releasing back into tabletop. And now we are going to enter our next yin pose, which is melting heart. So make sure that the hips are aligned above the knees here first. Then begin to gently walk the hands forward, allowing the chest and forehead to melt towards the mat. You can place a block or a pillow or any other prop of some sort under the forehead or chest if you need some extra support here. Feel free to take a peek back and make sure that those hips are still aligned above the knees. It can be easy to begin to fall forward or too far back. Once you have found your edge in this pose, once again settle into stillness, bringing your awareness to the breath, following each rise of the belly with every inhale and the fall with each exhale. Finding a bliss dwelling in the stillness. If you are finding it hard to stay still here, or find that the mind is wandering a lot, come back to the focus of the breath. The breath is the anchor for our awareness. It also will help us to release more tension, to be able to ease away some discomfort, so that we can find greater peace in this present moment. The breath is a powerful tool that we have, but is so under-recognized and underutilized by so many people. We are halfway through our time in this pose. Once again, I'm going to leave you here to go inward, to enjoy this stillness. All right, with your next exhale, gently begin to find your way onto your stomach in whatever way is easiest for you. And then you can turn over onto your back for a short rebound. Gently tucking the shoulder blades down and back, arms at the sides, palms facing up. And as we're here, simply feel the echo of the pose, any changes that have begun to occur, mentally, physically, or emotionally. These rebounds allow time for greater awareness in our practice, as well as allowing space for the fascia to come back slowly before being moved in the opposite direction. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, go ahead and hug the knees into the chest, forehead reaching toward the knees, just enjoying this gentle hug. And exhale, releasing the body now. Extend the legs up toward the sky. Then begin to roll the hips up using the hands on the low back. And begin to walk the hands further up, coming onto the shoulders, making sure that the weight is not on the head or neck. We want to protect the neck, keeping the weight on the shoulders. Then you can allow the feet to come overhead, toes reaching toward the ground, maybe using a prop for the feet to reach if you have trouble reaching all the way down today, but they can also just suspend in the air. If you want to go even further, you can allow the knees to come down towards the mat. Being sure again to not force it, but to listen to your body. The fascia will release slowly so you can ease into this pose. You can keep the hands resting on the low back or interlace them, extending the arms so we're going deeper into the shoulder as well. And to take it even a little deeper, think about bringing the palms of the hand all the way together. This is our last yin pose of the day, so once again, we'll be holding this for 3 minutes total. We have about 2 minutes left. Continue to stay anchored to the breath. Enjoy these last few minutes of stillness. Most of us have very busy lives and active schedules, so it can feel weird to take this time to be still in the beginning. But over time, it becomes a very cherished part of many people's routines. While as an athlete, it can be super important to stay committed and disciplined with your training regimen and schedule, there's also the truth that our bodies know what we need, usually a lot more than our brains do, and the ways that we like to plan things. And so it can feel hard and sometimes even scary to be able to let go of control, to trust our bodies when they're telling us they need more rest or recovery. But through this practice, we're really learning to listen to our bodies more, to trust what they have to tell us, and to understand that sometimes it's okay to change our plans, to let go of something in order to make space for something else. We have just over 1 minute here, so once again, I'm going to leave you this time to embrace the stillness. Great job, you guys. If your hands are interlaced, go ahead and release them now, bringing them back to the low back. And gently begin to roll the spine down one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way down onto your back for a final Savasana. Allow the arms to rest at the sides, palms facing up. Maybe gently tucking the shoulder blades down and back. And once more, feel the effects of this practice on the mind, the body, and emotions. I'd encourage you to not skip the Shavasana, but to learn to cherish this time, to use it to honor the body. Take another deep inhale. As you exhale, scan the body, releasing any remaining tension you notice, settling into a deeper state of relaxation. Gently begin bringing your awareness back into the body now, inviting some gentle movement in, wiggling the fingers and toes, rocking the head side to side. And when you're ready, turn onto your side and meet me seated at the center of the mat for our final closing breath together. Take an inhale as you reach the arms up overhead, stretching the body. And exhale, hands to prayer heart center, taking just one more moment to thank yourself for honoring your mind and body in this way today. Thank you so much for choosing to join me for today's practice. This was class 1 of the Athlete's Mental and Physical Recovery series. Next week we have class 2, which will be another Yin Fusion, focusing on recalling our worth beyond performance. I hope to see you for next week's class. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any new content. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please do me a huge favor and be sure to give it a thumbs up. These are the 2 best and easiest ways that you can help support this channel and help me expand my reach. If you are interested in supporting this channel further and receiving some smaller exclusive perks, then I now have some membership opportunities available and you can learn more about those on my channel page. Thank you again so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day and I will see you soon, my friends. Namaste.